Hello everyone. I hope I am audible. Please anyone confirm if I am visible and audible clearly. Then we will begin.
Yes, miss.
Yes,
Well,
miss.
Thank you.
Yes, miss, you are visible and audible.
Thank you, sir. Okay, so hello and very warm afternoon to each one of you present here. I warmly welcome everyone, those who have joined us for this webinar. This is a vision of the mission of setting up NEP 2020, for which we are attending and conducting several webinars. So this is another yet informative session, and this will be our 14th in-house training. A very charismatic greet to everyone. I take this opportunity to place on record all delegatories under the aegis of COE Patna, Tarun Kumar sir, our principal, Sister Ginny, and all my dear colleagues. Myself, Anjali Kumari, TGT Science, is going to deliver my webinar on the topic Understanding Gender and Their Relationship. Before we start, I request everyone to mute your mic, and in order to raise any query and for any interaction, please take help of the chat option. Your opinion and views are most welcome in the chat box. Should we start? Here you can see I have presented on the screen my presentation. Let me know if the slides are visible to you all. Yes. Okay. So, as we are dealing with classroom situations, different issues in our day-to-day life also, this topic is going to help us to understand the relationship between gender and how to cope up with different difficulties that we face in our daily life. My topic is going to be on a very sensitive issue, which is gender and their relationship. Let us understand this. Understanding gender and relationship. I hope everyone is already aware of these two common terms, that is gender and relation. Can anyone let me know what do we exactly understand by the term gender? While filling up the form also, and for many purpose, we come up with this term. So what do we exactly understand by the term gender? Please let me know in the comment section. Yes, Nikki ma'am, gender is social construct, very correct. I want other views also. Anyways, let's move on. So, male and female, rightly said. Concept of gender. So, gender is the range of characteristics pertaining to and differentiating between masculinity and femininity. Gender refers to the economic, social, political, and cultural attributes and opportunities associated with being woman and man. So, this is the real concept that is defined, and it includes social differences between men and women, manifested in different roles, qualities, behaviors of women, men, and society as a whole. Gender also includes wherein it varies with race, caste, class, ethnicity, religion, relation, position, situation, age, and time. Not only this, the other aspect of this relation is the concept of sex. So, this is the term which refers to biological defined and genetically acquired differences between males and females according to their physiology and reproductive capabilities or potentialities. It is universal and mostly unchanging without surgery. So we came to a fact that gender is a social construct, whereas sex is a biological defined attribute. So, what this includes: sex includes biological differences between men and women. It does not vary with race, caste, class, ethnicity, religion, and time because it is already constructed biologically. Women's ability to give birth, breastfeeding, etc. So, this is what all about the gender as well as sex. Now, let's discuss the differences between these two. Sex refers to biological and physiological differences between men and women, whereas gender refers to the social and cultural differences between men and women. In this difference, we come up with the ideology, and not only this, but by these distinctions, men are specified to behave in a certain manner, and women are specified and instructed to behave in a certain manner. Sex has two categories, male and female, whereas gender has two main categories, masculine and feminine gender. Not only this, sex remains the same regardless of time and culture. It is not going to change. Whereas gender roles, expectations may differ across time and culture. It varies from different cultures. From in a due course of time, the role of gender, masculine gender as well as feminine gender, changes. So we say that sex is created by reproduction needs, that is biological features, whereas gender distinctions are created by social norms. It is the social construct, as said before. Now, how do we understand and how we withdraw this concept in classroom? That is gender in classroom. So we have certain points. Number of girls and boys in the classroom that we classify. Classification of girls and boy in their ratio. Teachers' attitude, behaviors towards students. How the teachers interact with the students depending upon the girl's child and a boy child. Students' attitude towards each other and also towards the teacher. What is their behavior and attitude toward a male teacher as well as female teacher? Level of confidence of both genders in classroom. Monitors, class representative, seating arrangement, subject-wide preferences. This we all discuss in more detail. So, when we talk about number of girls and boys in the classroom, it is very important. This classification is mandatory in order to keep a record in the classroom, but it should not be gender biased, right? Then, the teacher's attitude, how they behave towards a student. So, mostly when we interact with the students in the class or when we address something while teaching, also, it is very natural and it comes up very naturally while we speak up, also, that be strong like a boy or don't cry like a girl. Yes or no? Please let me know that. So, instead of that, our attitude towards the gender of a child that we use in our statement also, it is not justified. Instead of that, we may use the statement, what we call as the gender neutral statement. That is, instead of saying don't cry like a girl, we can say don't cry. Just simple and subtle. Instead of saying Be strong like a boy. We can say, just be strong. So, this is what we need to change. Then, students' attitude towards each other. So, how they interact with each other in a peer group, how the student behaves, what is their attitude in a girl group. Suppose there is a group of girls, and if a boy also just enters into that group, and it is very natural thing that is uttered that odd one out, that is not accepted in that group. So that's the attitude of the students in a group. That is not acceptable. That is not created by us. It is just a social construct. And in that atmosphere, even the odd one, that's not the right term to use odd, but yes, a single girl or a single boy in a group, then level of confidence of both genders in classroom, how much they are confident, that is also defined in a classroom scenario. Monitors and class representatives, while choosing class captain, monitors and class representative, it is very natural that many a times the leader of the class is always a boy, right? And we think we have that mentality that a boy or a male can handle the situation more well as compared to a girl. So, while choosing a captain, also, we should equalize the potential of both a girl as well as a boy. Then, seating arrangement. We make suitable seating arrangement grade wise. Girls in a column, boys in another row. So, this is the seating arrangement, what we practice in our class. But nowadays, it has been changed. We shuffle the arrangement and the places of the students sitting in a class, but usually we practice that. So that should be also kept in mind, that it should not be gender biased, it should not be manifested. Subject wise preferences. So while choosing a subject, also while prioritizing or selecting any stream, a girl child is usually instructed to choose, you know, home science or humanity or biology, right? Whereas boy, they are said and suggested to select that stream uh, in a career point of view, because it is already um, manipulated in their mind that the boy have to build their career, whereas the girls ultimately they need to get married. Yes, so the career should be kept in mind while selecting any subject. So, and preference should be made in that order. So, when it comes to boy, so boys are always instructed and suggested to select science, technical stream, because they need to go for technical field, engineering, and other fields, right? So this is the thing. So this is about the gender in classroom. Coming up to the next slide, making classroom gender sensitive. How to make the classroom sensitive in terms of gender. So when it see why we are discussing the things, because this is an important consideration in development and well-being of a child. And this topic is that too sensitive because when it comes to a discussion, so many people evade this topic and ignore in discussing this theme because they find that this uh, gender sensitivity is only in concern with women, but it is not like that. Society has fixed standards and rules to indicate both masculine and feminine. Both need to face the same situation, more or less. We are expected to perform these individual roles and reproduce the very condition that perpetuate it. It's not something that is concerned with women only. So that's why it is very important to understand. Therefore, as an educator and teacher, I feel that first step is to clarify that gender studies involves the study of both men and women. Okay, so how to make classroom gender sensitive? In order to do so, we should give similar duties to male and females. Example, cleaning, moving furniture, etc. While doing such acts or any such activity, for example, any teacher seeks some assistant of carrying notebook from a class to the staff room. So generally we pick a boy that you please put this in my staff room. Instead of that, equal opportunity should be given when it comes to work or any sort of work, any piece of work. So similar duties should be assigned. Either it comes for cleanliness, cleaning, cooking, and all these things are not meant only for girls. Boys should also be given such tasks. Moving furnitures. Why only boy? We feel like boy are yes, and that is the fact also that the structure, bodily structure of male are stronger and tough as compared to females, girls. But it's not like that. The girls are weak and they cannot do such piece of work. So encouragement should be both for males and females as a teacher. Then when it comes to address and call on girls and boys equally. In fact, I would say that we should neutralize this also. Instead of saying girls and boys, we should use the term they or person or people. Okay? Ensure equal opportunities to go to the chalkboard during a lesson. So this is what are the steps. These are certain points that should be kept in mind while making classroom more sensitive when it comes to gender. Next, we have strategies for integration of gender sensitivity in teaching. So, the very first point is using gender sensitive language. We should always use certain language. Our version should be neutral, nor he, nor a girl, nor a boy. We should not pick that language. Instead of that, it should be gender sensitive and more precisely, it should be gender neutral. As I said before, we should not use any uh, girl or a boy name. Instead of that, we should use that in common. Then storytelling and reflection. And while telling stories also, we give a theme to a child and we come to a conclusion with the moral of the story. To small children in junior classes and prep classes and in primary sections, there are some stories, fairy tales for I don't remember exactly, but Cinderella, Rapunzel, then Sleeping Beauty. These are some stories which foretell about the princes, which are who are so helpless, and at the end, prince come. The entry of the prince is there, and they are revealed as a hero in the story. Now it has changed a lot. The pattern has changed a lot, but yes, we foretell such story in the class also. Group and panel discussions should be there. Time to time, there should be such sensitive issues which should be uh, organized as a debate in a classroom in a panel discussion. narrating and reflecting anecdotes, real life incidents, reports from newspapers, etc. We can address the classroom with certain events. We can pick or select any article from daily newspaper also, revealing the fact about some achievement and some of our renowned personalities. Okay, like first woman prime minister. Then, as far I remember, there was a mathematician, lady mathematician, which is known as human calculator. Can anyone name that personality? Please let me know in the chat box.
Vidya Balan. Some movie was, I mean, I don't remember the name actually, but it was with,
Shakuntala Devi.
yeah.
Yes,
Shakuntala
very
Devi.
thank you. Thank you so much. Shakuntala Devi was that lady who is known as a renowned human calculator, and Vidya Balan enacted her role in a movie. Okay, so yes, so we can do so in the class, and discussions of dilemmas, clarifications of conflicting values also should be inculcated in the class. Moving on, gender sensitive school. That was about the classroom scenario, but when it comes to school, whole campus, be reflective and be objective. We should know the value. As a human being, we should inculcate that sensitivity in our mind first of all. Then only we can reflect the objective. So be very clear. Use gender neutral language. Avoid stereotyping children. Self-regulate your interaction with the children. Ask all students to participate in a variety of classroom courses. Seat and group students intentionally. Use project-based learning. When it comes to learning, so we should assign such projects also, and it should not be in a favor of boy group or a girl group. That a girl should go for this project and a boy should go for that project. It should not be like that. While practical classes also, equal approach should be provided and availed to both boy and a girl child. Right? As a whole, all the students should get equal opportunity. So it should be a project based learning as well as equity should be there. Then here are some changes you as a parent. Obviously, we are a teacher, but ultimately we are a parent. So while parental guidance, we can make small changes. See, we cannot change the whole system, but by making some small changes, we as a parent can make at home these things to start inculcating gender equality in your children, right? So, what are the 5 ways to teach gender equality to kids? First one is become a role model. Children learn the maximum by observing and imitating. So, if they see only their mother working in the kitchen and father watching the television, they register that their in their minds, right? Father too should not shy away from showing their emotional side. As I said before, kitchen is not only meant for mother and for women. Now this stereotype has been broken by some of the renowned personalities again, like we have Master Chef, okay? So who have broken these laws and stereotype thinking. So father should also come forward and they should also give their equal contribution as a work, as a household activities, right? Then For example, here we have if a child sees both his parents helping with kitchen work as well as with household chores, the child learns that all work is equally divided among both genders. Thus, parents need to become such role models for their kids so as to show them that they themselves believe in gender equality. See, when you say something or when you give some values to students, you yourself should be very clear about that. When you say something and when you do something else, it is useless, it is meaningless. So you yourself should inculcate those things within yourself. So parents need to become such role models to their kid, and we also as the teachers should behave in the same pattern. Next, second point, in order to make the school as well as the sensitivity to build sensitivity atmosphere around, the second point is that get the father involved in parenting. We know that father also have their inner side, hidden part. They also have got emotions, but because of the social construct, they are supposed to behave strong. They cannot cry. They have to, you know, hide their emotional part. Tell me if I'm wrong. Yes? Let me know in the chat box. Correct. Yes, thank you. So, Manas always said that they are strong. They cannot be. They cannot be that weak, right? So, but we know that it is a known fact that father are also equal contribution in parenting. It's not only the duty of a mother for guiding their child, but we know that it is. Priyanka Shruti ma'am, could you please mute yourself? Thank you. So gone are the days when taking care of a child was sole responsibility of the mother. For anything, for any mishappening, only mother mothers are blamed. मम्मी आपका ख्याल नहीं रखती हैं. That is said. So it's not only the responsibility of the mother. The fathers are equally responsible for taking care of their kids. Get the fathers involved in parenting. The sooner, the better. Moving on. For example, get the fathers to change diapers, make them bath the child, get the child to sleep, and so on. A child gets all the affection and love from the mother since the time of birth. But a father's affection, love, and involvement helps promote emotional and social development. So sometimes, not every time it's not that possible also. So sometimes the father should be also assisted in such work. For example, making their child taking bath, small child, then changing their diaper also. You are also a parent. It's your job also. And which reflects the father's affection, love, and involvement. Father does not, being father does not mean every time you need to be very strict personality. Yes, of course. Like, for example, I'll tell you that if a child does something wrong, if they commit some mistake, then they always have that fear in their mind कि मम्मी से डांट पड़ेगी, पापा से मार पड़ेगा. Yes or no? So, this is the stereotype of the society. But father has also got affection, love, and all the care for their child. So, this is the thing. which is needed to be changed mentality. Next, third point is do not differentiate in praising and criticizing. When it comes to praise and criticism, if a girl child achieves something, खुशी की बात है. It's a matter of pride. But there is a difference which is always seen when a boy achieves something. When a girl take when a girl child is born, even in a hospital, it is said that बधाई हो लक्ष्मी आई है. और अगर if a boy child is takes birth, if a boy child is born, then it's said that बधाई हो बेटा हुआ है. So why that additional word has to be added? Why not a girl child is born? Why it is not a matter of pride and matter of happiness? We can also use this. बधाई हो बेटी हुई है. Why to just enhance the thing? Why to add up something? So this is the matter. Most of the times, parents tend to praise and criticize boys and girls differently. So, if a being mischievous and gets in trouble, the parents might scold him badly and punish him. But if the girls have been in trouble, the parents might scold the girl, but in a lighter tone. Both get the scoldings. But when it is a boy, it is a harsh punishment. When it is a girl, it is light, it is soft. Yes? Do not, similarly, if a boy wins awards, the parents in a household will be super proud of him and make a big deal about it. But in the same household, if a girl wins an award, the parents might praise her lightly and not make such fuss about it. If it's not that highlighted when it comes to a girl, but when it is a boy, then it is a great achievement and it is always spread all around all the relatives like a rumor, and it spreads like a virus that this thing has happened. But when it comes to a boy, when it comes to a girl, then it is kept as a secret. But this has been changed. I am adding that again and again, that it may be not the same everywhere. So please excuse me that. But this is the condition of the society. I'm telling as a whole, as a system. This is the fact. We cannot ignore this. Fourth point is do away with gender stereotypes. So, toys, activities, books, games, everything is associated with gender stereotypes. Can you tell me how we classify the toys? Please? Yes? How we classify the toys as a gender stereotypes? कार लड़के के लिए और गुड़िया लड़की के लिए. Car are bought for boys, Anuja ma'am, right? Yes. Boys are given blocks. Correct, Pyali ma'am. Ball and bat for boys. Girls are given dolls to play with. Dolls for girls. By giving car for boys and kitchen set for girls. Correct, Soni ma'am. Absolutely correct. All are correct. So, when it comes to gender stereotypes in toy guns for boys, yes, very true. When it comes to boy and toys and gender stereotype, we select the toys in that manner. If a mother is pregnant, if she is conceiving, then they renovate their room. If they are expecting a girl child, then the whole room is renovated pink in color. If they are expecting boy, baby boy, then the whole is renovated blue in color. This is how we uh, classify the colors, distinguishing. Then toys. Yes, girls are uh, given with soft toys, teddies, dolls, kitchen set. These are the selections. Then when it comes to baby boy, then they are given car, block, and many other things, bat, ball, etc. Activities also, and they are instructed in the same manner. Girls are always instructed that they need to be soft spoken. They cannot be too loud. You are a girl, you should be soft spoken. Then, girls are not allowed to visit certain places. Girls are restricted to visit certain places, right? And these girls are, if they are in a certain program or any function, then they are instructed to sit in a certain manner, to behave themselves. But when it comes to boy, they are free. They are not restricted for anything. This is the activity. Yes, it has become tradition to differentiate. I cannot read the comment, please. I need to pause a while. I need to read this. It has become tradition to differentiate between girl and boy. Same type of equality and freedom should be given. Boy can't eat golgappa. Exactly. Yes, it is a matter of fun if a boy eats golgappa. Why? Girls can only golgappas are made for girls. It's not like that. Then only girls do not have mood swinging. Even the boys' moods swings. So these are the stereotypes, gender stereotypes, right? And this is the social construct. We are helpless, but we can make certain small changes. Blue color for boys and pink color for girls. And in this school, when it comes to school, we set female teachers for prep classes. Tell me if I'm wrong. Only female teachers are appointed for prep classes, for nursery classes, as a mother teacher. Why not male teachers? Male are also capable to handle these kids. Then, sports teacher. Why a female cannot be a sports teacher? So, these are the gender stereotypes in classroom as well as school scenario. We think, and the management thinks, any institution, any organization think that the male are more capable in handling difficult things, and they are more um, capable, able. They are more able to handle senior students, whereas female teachers are good to handle small kids. They have their emotional side. They are more emotional. So then books also, games, everything is selective in games, in sports also. The boys are given priority for sports. Cricket, girls, they can be cricket, this women cricket team also, girls cricket team also. Cricket is not only for boys, football, volleyball, even all the sports. Badminton is not only for girls, this is for both students as a whole. I'm not saying girl or a boy, I'm saying students. Yes. So, moving on, next. Even before a child is born, parents start picturing painting the colors of the wall as blue if it's a boy and pink if it's a girl, as said before. Gender stereotypes play a very big role in teaching small children what the society expects from them. Yes. So we always have a bigger expectation from boy, and we don't expect. We limit our expectation. It's not like we don't expect. We have great expectation with our mother, with our sister, with our any friends. When it is a female, when it is a girl, we have greater expectation, and we have that potential also. But the big role and the major role is given only to male, right? So this gender stereotypes plays a very important role, very big role, in fact, in teaching small children what the society expects from them. Gender stereotypes are everywhere, not in class, not in school, not in our society, but everywhere, right? Especially in the media, in television, and in the cartoons that kids watch. When it comes to media, we see advertisement, and in the advertisement, the older one I'm saying, I'll clear that. Okay, that in some of the ads, like mm, this any dish or any detergent or any such ad which is depicting housework that is being enacted by a lady, right? Tell me if I'm wrong. Then some of the ads which is more tough, that is enacted by male. So media also plays important role. Males are given more opportunity and greater platform to perform. Then, but now this when I was mentioning about the advertisement, I need to make it clear. I was talking about some of the ads, like detergent ad, washing powder Nirma, but that stereotype has been broken by the recent advertisement enacted by Amitabh Bachchan and Divyanka Tripathi. Yes. Then some other personalities also, Master Chef. Then the pigeon set, the cookware set. So now everything is changing, and we also need to change according to that. Somewhere in some corner of our mind, we have that mentality also. As a whole, we need to change that. In televisions also, in certain programs also in television, I told about the stories also about fairy tales. In movies also, the female are presented as an asset, as an attractive piece, so that for more and more views, right? Whereas the males are presented as a role model. But there are certain movies in like Mary Com, then Nietzsche, some other movies are also there. Um, so these are breaking these stereotypes mentality. Let's move on. As parents and as a teacher, I must quote, you need to make a difference. Not all males that we see take protein and look muscular, and not all females walk around in dresses and behave like princess. So it is the parents who need to inculcate in boys and girls that boys can also play with toys that are meant for girls and vice versa. Remember, in our childhood, we practice such things. If we have our younger brother, then we need to dress them as a girl just to look cute and beautiful. Yes or no? Let me know that if I'm wrong. So it's not only that the girls always need to look that muscular, have that muscular personality. And it's not always like female always should be well dressed and should look like a princess and they should behave like a princess, delicate one. So it's our job, it's our duty to understand. that we need to inculcate in boys and girls, that boys can also play the same toy with what the girls are playing. They can also eat such stuff which girls are eating. They can also behave in the same manner. It is not a matter of fun. Next is boys will be boys and girls will be girls. We hear this all the time. Always we hear this. Men will be men, boys will be boys, girls will be girls. Yes, this is the thing. We cannot change the sex of any individual, but it's not a fact that boy cannot behave like a girl and girl cannot do the same duty of a boy. It is interchangeable. If boys run around and play with cars and are rowdy, it is blamed on the typical boy behavior. Same is the case for girls. If they would be choosing dresses or playing in the park, right? So this is the thing. You need to make them realize that girls can be as tough as boys. Not all boys are tough, and it is okay. That is normal for even boys to cry. Why boys do not have emotion? They do have. By categorizing their characteristics, we are putting the boys in one box and the girl in another box. And we do not want to create separate boxes for them. If anyone wants to share their opinion, you are free to speak. I'll pause. Anyone? I think everybody is clear about it. I should move on. We need to make them understand that girls can cry and so can boys. Boys can take out the garbage and so can girls. Boys can drive and so can girls. Boys can play football and so can girls. It is equal to both boys as well as girls. There is no such manifestation. When it comes to the textbooks, so in the text, the pictures, photographs are depicted in the same manner. For example, in the textbook, the doctors are always the male, whereas the nurses are female. Then, when in some questions also, we find that the Rohit and Ram both are doing piece of work, whereas Sita and Gita are making some rangolis and laddus. So the questions are also framed in the manner. It should be also gender neutralized. Instead of that, if, for example, there is a question saying that uh, Ram and Shyam both managed to push a car, loaded car, in a labeled road. Instead of that, we can use the term two persons managed to push a loaded car in a level road. That's the gender neutral statement, right? And then children become aware of, after all this, they become aware of their genders by the time they are at the age of 3 years. So this is also a universal fact that right from the age of 3 years, small baby understand and they start behaving in the same manner. So they know their identity. Do not let what is permitted and what is not permitted based on the gender of these children. Let your children be free and experience their gender with fluidity. So here we have some brainstorming exercise on sex and gender. You need to sort and put into boxes of sex and gender. There are 12 statements, and whichever statement is biological construct that comes under sex, and which is under social construct that comes under gender. For biological construct, you can write S, and for social construct, which is gender, you can write G. Number one, please write your answer in the chat box. Only women can conceive and give birth. That is correct, Soni ma'am. That is a biological construct. Obviously, a man cannot give birth. Second is most men are taller than women. Is it a biological or a social construct? That is also a biological construct. They are more tough. They are more muscular. They are more strong. Not mentally, but physically. Correct. All are correct. Absolutely. Third one. Women are more loving and caring. So this is a social construct. This is not a biological construct. Men have also got emotional side. They are also emotional. They can also cry. Sometimes they are very strict. So this is a social construct in which they are set to behave in a certain manner. They are expected to behave strong. They are expected to behave in a they are expected to have certain attitude. It is a social construct. Men are also loving and caring, same as women. Coming up to the fourth, men are best chefs. Men are best chefs. It is also a social construct. Social construct. Yes. Fifth one, the most important role of a woman is to become a mother. Is it only a duty of a mother to become a mother? Just to get married and to become a mother? It is the only job? No. No, it is not the most important role. Women have also got certain aim and ambitions in their life. They also have their dream. Why it is a very important role of a woman to become a mother? Why a woman cannot be an independent individual? Yes, it should be their choice. Yes. It is a social construct. Society are built in that manner. Number six, women suffer from premenstrual tension. Men do not. Yes, correct. All are correct. That the premenstrual tension, it is a biological construct. It is a monthly instance. So women need they go through the monthly pain, okay, because of their menstruation. But it's not like the men do not have their pain and grief. They are equally uh, having burden in their life. So they both have equal sufferings. Okay. Seventh, men think and act more rationally than women. Yes, it is a social construct. It's not like the decision making skill are not present in women. Eight, only men can supply sperm for fertilization. Okay, all are correct. Moving on to the next question. The most important role of the man is to be a breadwinner. Correct, Purvasha ma'am, Priya ma'am, Anjana ma'am, all are correct. Yes, it is expected that only man should be a breadwinner. But we all, being a lady teacher, we know that even a woman can be a breadwinner. And it's the society who has constructed that male as the supreme power, but it is not correct. We know that. I told you through the entire session, your mindset is going to change at the end. 10th is men cannot breastfeed babies. Biological, yes. Women are poor manager. Women are poor manager. Number 11th. It is a social construct. We can manage everything. 12th. Men's voices break at puberty. Women's don't. Our structure also changes, so it is also a social construct. Yes. Then at the personal level, answer the following. All of you should try to answer these questions. What kind of teaching approaching do you commonly use? Which one encourage equal participation of boys and girls? I'm repeating, what kind of teaching approaching do you commonly use? Which one encourage actively based? Okay. Amrita ma'am, could you please mute yourself? Or if you want to speak, let me know. Teamwork activities, correct Priya ma'am? Discussion, right? Shraddha ma'am, group discussion, all are right. Moving on, during your lesson planning, how do you take into account gender issues while planning our lesson? How do we take into account gender issues? Come on, we need to be quick. Equal assignments. Thank you, Piali ma'am. Equal assignment to students. We do not mention their boy or girl. We write there at the end of the lesson. Students will be able to considering students as equal, right? Equal opportunities. Correct, Nisha ma'am. Third, what kind of language do you use to encourage girls to perform better? How do we encourage a girl child? Yes? That they are not less than boys. Again, there is comparison. Appreciation, being polite, appreciate, can do better, can do better. Just that's it. Just simple appreciation, words of appreciation, and our statement should be strong, be brave. You can do it. What is our word of encouragement? Yes, you can do it. You can also do. Yeah, there should not be comparison. Yeah. How do you relate to your students, both academically and socially? When it comes to academic and socialism, how do we relate our students? Amrita ma'am. Make leaders as per ability. Yeah. Yes. How is your classroom arranged? Could it promote better participation of boys and girls? The last one is, how is the classroom arranged? Could it promote better participation of boys and girls? Can I have the answer in the chat box for the last question? Equal communication with boys and girls, sitting arrangement with boys and girls equal, right? Yes, Ajita ma'am. Separate rows. That's not required. We can shuffle. Yes. No separate rows. Yes. No separate rows. Engage all students in every activity. Very true, ma'am. Very true. Yes. So here we come up with the end of the session, and this is where I conclude by saying that nothing more, nothing less. We should understand this um sensitive issue by changing our mindset. Obviously, we cannot change the whole mindset as a whole, as a system, but yes, we can have these things in our classroom also.